There he is, Sojourn Shelton, former Badgers
Fellas, how y'all doing?
on the Money Down podcast. Warren Herring, James White, all those fine folks over there. Sojourn, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime anytime you send me the text to come on, I'm coming on, Sparky. So I appreciate you always.
I appreciate it. So, are you still in Florida? Because I see that nice Christmas tree there. Y'all put up Christmas trees in Florida? That's a thing without snow?
Yeah, so we got a thing every year where we changed the theme of the Christmas tree. I want to say 2 years ago we did the Grinch. Last year we did Candyland, and this year I don't know. I want to say it's like a race theme.
Yeah,
so,
like a NASCAR thing.
Try to make it a little fun. So,
do you ever save your trees, Sojourn, and then just have a bunch of them in your house at a time?
No,
that would be
some one tree thing every year.
Yeah, that would be wild. Who would have more than one Christmas tree, right?
Sojourn, and the thing is,
Sparky has more than one.
Sparky has 14.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see that one coming, did you? Yeah, 14. 14 trees.
Not at all.
But the thing I want to bring up is we're on all over the state, right? So we're on in Green Bay and WNFL in Green Bay. We're on the game in Wausau. We're on the game in Duluth Superior. And right now there's a winter storm warning in effect in Superior in the Duluth area. Tonight, snow accumulations between 9 and 18 inches of snow tonight in that area. Come on, man. Why don't you move back to Wisconsin? Why don't you come move back, man?
It's so I used to tell people all the time, I'm like, man, I truly do miss the Midwest, and I really do. And they were just like, nah, like, as a college student, you don't got to shovel no driveways. Like it's another part of it that I didn't get the experience on my time there at Madison. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just when I get the time to just visit, enjoy it, enjoy the season, enjoy the cold weather. But when it's the weather like that, I got to get back to Florida, man.
Yeah, get back to Florida. A very wise move. Hey, things have changed like seasons change for this Wisconsin Badger football program, right? Since you and I talked last time on Wisconsin Sports Daily, it went from the depths of despair to now looking at this going, wait, where was this all year? Like, what changed? You tell me. I mean, they've won 2 out of 3, and they got a chance to maybe beat Minnesota and win 3 or 4 on the way out here.
Yeah, man, improvement. I think it started really. I mean, our defense has been decent this year, but I think the D-line and edge play has been dominant these last couple of weeks and really helped us everywhere on the defense side of the ball, right? When you start up front, it's less for the corners out there to cover it with, timings on routes. Our linebackers, a young group, have been playing really, really well. Yeah. And these are all things that we can continue to see moving forward. You look on the offense side of the ball, we've been able to run the ball well. Carter Smith adding that element of, the QB, threat with the run game. Like, there's so much more stuff, it seems like, these last couple of weeks that teams have to truly prepare for. And my whole thing was, the schedule was tough, right? Some of the teams and games we played, we knew were going to be tough, but where was this when we played Maryland? Iowa, Maryland, like the game, Iowa, Maryland. Like, where was this when we played that? So it's good that things are starting to change now. We got a big one. We know how big this rivalry is to both of these states and to both of these programs. And I'm interested to see how this thing shakes out on Saturday.
Yeah. And Sojourn, pleasure to meet you now. But I'm wondering now, were you going through this like coaching, hot seat with Anderson back in the day? Yeah. And like, is that something that in a locker room, there's like 2 ways you can go about this. You can lean into it or you can fight back, right? And this Badgers team, I mean, when Luke Fickell, like after that Iowa game, I think he was crying in the presser. Like it looked really rough at that point. But we kept hearing from some beat writers, like, this team hasn't given up on him yet. And his guys haven't given up on him yet. And really, since that Oregon game, where I know they lose by 14 or whatever in that game, but they played their butts off in that one. And since that moment, they've covered or won outright on every spread so far. And it really shows that these guys haven't give up on them. Is that something that you expected out of a locker room with Luke Fickell at the helm right now? Or is that something that seems a little foreign right now? Because I think a lot of people already gave up on Luke Fickell, but obviously his guys didn't do that.
I wouldn't say I expected it. I will say it is, especially, college football, professional level, when you're losing games like that. I mean, we were losing pretty bad, right? 37-0 to Iowa. Yep. Like those type of losses, it gets tough to, I want to say, come to work every day. But you always hear, guys and coaches preach about having to come in and put your best foot forth. So to see that this team has continued to do that, I think is a great thing and a good step for not only the guys that's coming back, but for the coaching staff, because it shows that players can still lock in and also go in and put the work in.
I have a question for you, Sojourn Shelton. So, for many years, the Badgers just go to bowl games every year. It's just automatic. They go to a bowl game, wherever it may be, Florida, wherever they go. And a couple of years ago, it was like, nah, we're not going to go. We aren't good enough. We're going to turn down the invite and go. Okay, fine. Now last year, you don't qualify. Now this year, if you win, you're all of a sudden 5-7. Hey, man, there have been some 5-7 teams go play in a bowl game. If you're Wisconsin and Luke Fickell, do you accept if you get an invite?
Of course. I mean, it's not like you say, Wisconsin and Luke Fickell. I think it's more so about the senior class and these guys that have wore that W for 4 years. You got to accept it. And I think that's why last week, being senior night, guys like Rico, all those guys, DP, who ended up winning, I want to say Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week last week for that. It's about those guys, right? Giving them that opportunity. Those guys have played in bowl games, but then last year, right, had to sit out, had to take a lot of heat from former players, a lot of beat writers, media people. So I think if you get the 5-7, also beating Minnesota to catapult you to a bowl game, and you get invited, of course you got to accept and take it, because it's about that group of guys that put that W on their helmet for 4 years and giving them an opportunity to have fun with that last moment for them to wear that motion W.
That's why I like having Sojourn Shelton on the show, because you went from a completely different angle than what I was thinking. My reason of why you accept is for all the freshmen to get all those additional practices and get ready for the next year, right? I mean, those have got to be valuable for those young guys.
Yeah, that has to be valuable too. But a lot of also that part of it, and then some of these senior guys, right? You hate to say it, but this might be the last time some people put on a helmet, right? Like just being, brutally honest and the reality of it, right? So I think it's all of those reasons, right? The senior class, guys can get meaningful reps for next year, not looking forward to next year, not looking ahead to next year, but the schedule is it's way easier. A lot easier than what we had to deal with this season. This is where you kind of put yourself in the right mental and head space to come back in winter and January and get to it, right? We got to win a lot of ball games this next year. So I think everything has been started from 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I think it gets serious from Saturday and then moving on forward.
Former Badger Sojourn Shelton joining us here on the Mason Crosby Show. I want to talk about this defense and off of Sparky's point, the freshmen getting some experience. Mason Posa, Cooper Catalano, I don't think that they quite had emerged last time you had spoken to Sparky, but it feels like priority number one has to be whatever those guys want in NIL, you give to those guys and keep them and retain them. That should be the number one goal for this offseason right now. I just wanted to talk about a freshman, 2 freshmen coming in, true freshmen leading this way and really sparking something into this team, and your thoughts on how leadership can change no matter where you are in the program and what it really takes to accomplish that, because obviously a couple of 18-year-olds doing it and very apparent are maybe the 2 best players on the team right now.
Yeah, leadership has no age, man. Like you come in there and you're serious and you're serious about your craft and want to get better. And right now, being in the state of ball that we've been in a couple weeks ago, it's there for the taking, right? Anybody come in and can show that they can make plays and can lead by example as well, I think is all for it. I think you kind of hit on it a little bit, right? And talked about the NIL element. Whatever those guys want moving forward, we have to answer to that bell, because that's what college football is right now. College football is other teams seeing that you have younger guys or multiple younger guys that are going out there and making plays. And now those teams want to take your players. And that's just where it is, where, that's just the state of football right now. So, I just think for those guys to continue to play well, right? You're about to walk into a rivalry that you can only hear about how important it is until you play in that game. walk into a rivalry and you guys got to be the two players, freshmen and all, to go out there and make some plays, and for guys to look at and say, all right, they're in that zone and in that mode. Let me piggyback off that and go out here and make a play, a game-changing play.
Well, and then another very important freshman now since last time you talked, Carter Smith, right? I don't think that anything has been like super eye-popping if you're looking at a box score at the end of the game. And maybe the throw, the passing game hasn't really taken off all that well, but you've seen Jeff Grimes really open the playbook up of some more creativity with Carter Smith over this time, whether it's, Vinny Anthony catching a jet sweep. I feel like you guys were running a jet sweep once a game back when you were playing, and it was going to the house, whoever it was. It was like rock, paper, scissors to see who gets this jet sweep for the Badgers this week. But now they're opening up. Even the play against Indiana, it was a beautiful, everyone thinks they're going to run it on 4th and 1, a little play action, pull it and find it. Speak on Carter Smith right now and what he's doing with this Badger team, because he isn't necessarily leading by example with the numbers, but the boys just rally behind him at some point, Sojourn.
And I think too, right, when you game, we hear so much about being a game manager, and he's been managing games well these past couple weeks. And then also you talked about Grimes opening up the playbook. Here it is, we're in the back half of the season. Why hold anything left in the tank? Just release it all out. See what you got. Got a quarterback that can present a threat as far as the read option. And I think that is something that is so I won't say so it's something that a lot of teams don't present. And when you do present that, you have to now bring somebody else to account for that quarterback. So it opens up so many more things. Now you just got to make the simple throws. We got to hold on to the ball. We don't have to turn the ball over. And then when you have a defense like our defense is playing these last couple of weeks, again, you just got to keep us in the game because they're going to go out there and get stops. So I just think overall, if we continue to build off of that and then also add in, some other things, I think moving forward for the rest of the season and then for next year, I think we'll be in a decent spot.
Are you convinced that they will really spend all this additional NIL money that they claim that they have? I mean, there was somebody the other day said they're going to, what did you say, Tommy? Somebody the other day said they're going to go from bottom third to top third in the Big Ten.
If you want me to be honest, no, I don't think so. But it's one of the, that's just my honest answer as of right now. Obviously, it's a long off season until next fall. And I hope we do, because I've been saying it for a long, long time, even on previous, shows with you, Sparky, that is what college football is right now, right? You look at the Michigans, you look at the Ohio States, you look at the Oregon, right? Even some of the bottom half teams that we talk about with Maryland, with Indiana.
Could you imagine Indiana being at where they are when you were playing?
No, I think nobody's seen this.
No one saw that
coming. And Indiana looks like they're not slowing down no time soon. So I just think if we want to be successful and we want to, get back into that conversation of being one of the best teams in the Big Ten, we got to spend the money. So I think we'll see this offseason.
There he is, Sojourn Shelton, former Badger DB. And, of course, follow him on Twitter @_SDS8, @_SDS8. Money Down Podcast. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Warren Herring, James White, this dude here, Sojourn Shelton, highly entertaining, all kinds of knowledge across the board. Want to check that out for sure. Sojourn, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Stay warm in Florida.
No problem. Will do. Appreciate it every time. Y'all have a good one.
I like how you wore a Letterman jacket for this. You
man. UW.
Look at that. Yeah,
this is a big week. This is a big week. Anytime Axe Week come up, got to show love. So,
but I mean, it's a bigger week because you got to face that twerp Fleck. I mean, if it wasn't Fleck, I don't think I'd get as worked up. But I can't stand that dude, Sojourn. Can't stand that.
That's the second time I think the last show you made a joke. So you really don't.
No, I don't like that guy. No, not at all. Hey, thanks so much, Sojourn. Have a good Thanksgiving.
No problem. You guys too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving. There he is, Sojourn Shelton on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. I love having Sojourn Shelton.
Oh yeah, good stuff there, man. I mean, I love his insight on just whoever's leading by example has to become the leader now of the team, right? And that's what this Badger team has leaned into, and it's all come from guys who were taking pre-calculus classes last year. So I think that's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Thanks for listening to the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. As we mentioned earlier, those of you in Duluth and Superior, I'm sorry, man. I mean, thanks for listening on 710 The Game, but 9 to 18 inches they're saying on this winter storm warning. Oof. The game in Wausau, 93.9, and WNFL in Green Bay, 99.7, and of course in Milwaukee, 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan. Make sure to follow us on social media, WI Sports Radio. I've heard the other shows before us talking about the Bucks and what kind of a fiasco this has truly been without Giannis. We shall not be left out. We also have to talk about expectations, and have they really changed after you've seen the last 3 or so games without Giannis? Have your expectations for the Bucks changed? I had people text me like that. Season's over. It's all done. It's just garbage. They're horrible. Y'all need to calm down. That's coming up next. Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers, live from Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Sparky and Tommy here.